glittering tie. And you've got all the Barcelona connections at Manchester City, which you probably need to outdo Barcelona. You need a bit of inside knowledge. That's good. Two attacking teams. I mean, I would faint if it was 0-0 first leg. I mean, this is going to be absolutely sumptuous stuff. Are City going to do more than what they've done this season, which is just outscore them? And I don't know if they're going to, in the next few months, have time to develop and solidify their defence so that they present more an obstacle to Barcelona going forward. If not, it's probably going to be a case of, and I think they might do it actually, just score that one goal more than Barcelona do. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's going to be tactically intricate. I think it's just going to be free-flowing, self-belief on both sides, and quite possibly with Aguero fit, City will do it. Any signs of an end of an era at Barcelona, John, that perhaps the team has achieved so much, the players, that group of players have achieved so much together that perhaps they're lacking that little bit of desire, the drive, the motivation to go on and win another Champions League because they won it in 2006, 2009, 2011?
It does from afar seem a bit frayed, doesn't it? Not quite what it was. Now that's, you know, the players are getting on. Xavi's 34 now, isn't he, I think? Iniesta's just signed a new contract.
You think of Puyol as well. Messi's injured at the moment.
Yeah, and all things have their natural cycle. These are players who have played a hell of a lot of football over the last 6 or 7 years, not just for Barcelona. I mean, with Barcelona, they go through to the semi-finals, final stage most seasons. They've played a hell of a lot of football for Spain, gone all the way through 3 tournaments, plus Confederations Cups and stuff, and perhaps, you know, the magic runs out on all football teams in the end, which is the whole beauty of it, isn't it? Really, I mean, we're in the midst of a change of fashion, if you like, at the moment, aren't you? Over the last 18 months or so, the German transition football is now more admired than the tiki-taka, and people are beginning to say, well, it was boring anyway, all they ever did was knock the ball out to each other, you know, whereas the Germans really get at you. But fashion's moved on there, and we know why we like that German brand of football as well, and, you know, and we think that's what England should be doing. That suits our natural robustness more.
Which do you like, John? How do you want to see the game played?
Now, I like it the way the Germans play it, but that doesn't mean I dislike the way that you know, I think Barcelona, when they beat United at Wembley, was possibly the peak of what they did in that 2011 final. But you like to see change. You like to see, I mean, it's, you know, football, I mean, you'd like to see one up against the other, wouldn't you? You know, Barcelona v Bayern Munich, for instance, would be a great contest. Guardiola's changed Munich slightly, added a bit of possession to the transition football, which how you do that, I don't know, but he seems to have managed it. And that's what it's about. It's a collision of tactical styles, isn't it? You know, you could get that with City v Barcelona. You know, they could attempt to keep possession, and City might just want to sort of have a right go at them. You know, and I think that'll depend on whether Aguero's fit. I mean, that's a huge factor in this, isn't it? I mean, he's not far behind Suarez, is he? To be fair, in terms of what he can do. I mean, the finishing quality is just sensational, isn't it?
Yeah, as we saw last week against Arsenal, he's got 13 in the Premier League. They'll need him back for that Champions League tie against Barcelona. But how important is it for Manchester City to go and win this in terms of their own evolution, in terms of where they're heading and their own ambition? Is it crucial that they go ahead and beat Barcelona here?
I don't think it's crucial, but I think it would be a huge fillip to them if they do. I was away at the time, so maybe I'm missing something. But I do find this idea that if Pellegrini had brought on Aguero in Munich, City would magically have summoned up a 4th goal against the best team in Europe. Slightly puzzling, to be honest. I mean, you're saying they shouldn't be playing Barcelona. That does assume that, you know,
he admitted he didn't know.
He should have known. He should have known, quite obviously. But it's not a given that they were going to score a 4th. As I say, it's the best team in Europe that we're talking about here that they were playing against. Anyway, I think that City, you know, I've seen City probably more than any team this season, and when they get it right, they are a magnificent side this season, and they are incredibly exciting to watch in the same way I think that Bayern Munich are. And I agree with Alison. I just think it will be a titanic clash that against Barcelona. Fantastic kind of collision of styles, both incredibly attractive in their own way. And maybe you're right, maybe Barcelona are slightly on the downslope, but they're still a fantastic side.
Yeah, they are. Bayern Munich, rather, Ali, they're playing Arsenal in the second round again this season. Arsene Wenger talking this morning in the papers about doing away with the away goals rule, which would have suited him last season because they won 2-0 in the Allianz Arena. The away goal rule, what's your view on it?
Oh, I like it simply because it adds maths to football. It's good if you're bringing up children and they're not interested in maths.
All good for Pellegrini.
Indeed. If only Pellegrini's mother had been like me. Yes. I like those. No, I hate change actually, so I don't want to meddle with it.
Right.
I mean, it takes you sort of half your life to get used to these rules, quirks of football, and I want them to stay. And
Yeah.
I think it adds texture and nuance.
If we wouldn't have changed it, we wouldn't have any nets in the goals or corner flag.
Well, I would have fought against all of them and then eventually like them. No, but I think the away goals rule, it adds... It means you have to sort of question what's the manager thinking? What's he thinking? Does it make you nervous? Does it make you defensive? How does it... I love the mind games that away goals produce. So
it's not
I would stick with it.
either, is it? I mean, it's been part of European football for ages and ages. So, and I think it's
Do we
been
need some
proven...
consistency because the away goals rule doesn't count?
No, we don't.
The playoffs, for example.
So why do we need consistency? No, those are the rules in European football, and these are the rules in the playoffs. So that's it.
Okay. What's going to happen to Arsenal against Bayern Munich? I know we're a couple of months away from this tie, but after last season's experience when they won in the Allianz Arena, they won brilliantly there. Can they provide a threat to Pep Guardiola's side?
No.